Greetings, peace and good day to you all. I am D.Lorina. Thank you for stopping by. Right, so last night I did do a video on an update coming back from the hospital. I was going to walk and talk, but I just wanted to get home, and it was very, very cold, and I did make one or two stops before I came home. It was a long day, you know, and I felt quite, lethargic whilst I was filming. But anyhow, the doctor told me that I have a mitral valve regurgitation, and he had explained to me yesterday what that was. I did find this doctor very helpful. He has given me information here that was needed whilst we were talking. And what I was reading to everyone was what I went in there for and what I suspected. So just reading this has shed some light. So the doctor that spoke to me December when I was having my issue and told me to go to the hospital, he was correct in his thinking. I always knew he was correct in his thinking. There is a problem with the second chamber of my heart, and my question to the GP was, are we going to find out what is the cause? And his response was, oh, well, you're young, da 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 da. They said come back in 3 years. So that's all I was given. And with that, I decided that I'm going to try my best to look after my heart by doing a little bit of jogging and all of that, because I knew it was a heart thing, right? Though I had all the other stuff, I knew it was a heart thing. And like I said last night, I would do like 5 minutes on the bike, and I would do the walk. But I was very fearful of just collapsing. Now, the reason why I'm fearful of collapsing is because everybody thinks that they know what they're doing. And I've seen all too well people act a certain way, and they cause more harm to a patient than good. And so yesterday, the doctor saw that I had worry on my face, and he asked me, what's worrying you? And all I did was just point at the heart, because I know what I've been experiencing. And the issue is that, you see, when you want peace and quiet, because you're trying to figure out what's happening with you and you don't know what's wrong with you, I don't want that to be a big fiasco, because people talk so much, right, that it overlooks the important things, because all speculation now starts to become truth. This is how gossip is, So whilst reading this, I've just instantly thought, I've got my dad's side of the family. My grandmother had an enlarged heart, but this is what they found out after she passed. But she used to suffer with low blood pressure. I have low blood pressure, but my heart is not enlarged, which they've already told me time and time again, which is good. My father was born with a defect, but it's never given him any issues. When I'm reading what the two causes may be, you've got a primary cause and a secondary cause. It could be either or, but on the discharge papers here, it says that the doctor has given the GP instructions for me. So I have to wait for those instructions to come through. So you see, when you deal with people, when you've got people in your life that are very selfish and it's all about them, and when you have your bother, right, it's a problem now, because you're being made to them as center of attention. These people can cause you more harm than good, because they will fail to help you get to the bottom of what's going on. They will think you're whinging, you're moaning for no reason. You're just seeking attention. You see, this is why it's very important when we decide on a lifelong or a lifetime partner who we are dealing with. This is why this is called I Am D.Lorina, the road to self-love and healing, because the mistakes that I made in my life were due to reactions and not responses of the condition that I was in, living in. So you want quick fixes. And before I even knew who I was, because I was trying to know who I was, but that person would not allow me to know who I was. They wouldn't allow me to grow. That's where all these issues come in. So you're doing this, that, and the other, life takes over. All these conveniences put you out. I have a peace and good day message. It was one of my first batch that I put out in 2022. It's called, the message goes that never do nothing for convenience sake. It will cost you in the long run. These words that I put out, I have lived each and every one, and I know what I'm saying. You know, when I say what I say, and that just bears witness to the fact. So, yes, was I right all along? I sure was, because I knew what I'm experiencing. I know what I'm feeling. Nobody can tell me what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing. And like I said to the doctor, I said, I just wish, and I've said it, that I had someone sensible enough. It does not have to be a partner, as in a significant other. Just a friend, an acquaintance, someone who has the sense to say, D, look, I'll handle some of this for you. Or let me know, and then blah, blah, blah. I said, I need to rest. I said, I'm tired. I said, I'm so tired. And again, his words to me yesterday was, you're very strong. And I appreciate that. And to be honest with you, I feel like once I speak to the GP, or if I ever see him again, because I've got surgery this morning, and I don't think I'll be able to walk for a little bit once I have this surgery. So I've already made soups. I've got my painkillers ready. I have to go through all of that, like for inflammation and all of that, just to give myself a boost. Because the body has been under pressure. So everything that I've been experiencing with the swelling, the edema, all of that, there's been a trigger. And you know, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. We're talking how many years? I used to work for the ambulance, and my legs used to start swelling from them, but I was already swelling because from 2012, when I had the IVF treatment, and the pain that I had was like a heart attack. I went grey in the face. I had like a spot of water just trickle. But I remember just having this doom-like feeling, and I was like, this is not what pregnancy feels like, because I already had the embryos embedded, so I was pregnant. But I'm like, this is not what pregnancy feels like, because I took a medication, and shortly after that medication, I started to get sick. Praise be to Allah. Now, it is a condition. It is a lifelong condition. It would never leave me. There are, depending on the severity, so some people call it leaky valve or leaky, yeah, it's there. And I'm not wishing none of this on me. I just know that I have to go very hard with looking after my diet. All right, so there'll be some. I'm getting tongue twisted now because that's excitement that's just come over me. There will be some more. I have a plan anyhow. I planned it out. It's just that the illness took place, so it took priority, although I didn't want it to. I have, just like the lemon cleanse, I did a 4 week talk. I have got a full year plus on topics and subjects that I can talk about, or that I was going to talk about anyhow, just in terms of my journey. But with this will be an additional. So we have some things coming forward to you. I cannot give you an exact date, but they're here, and I'm glad that I can deal with this. I've got it. I've got it now, so I can plan my future a lot more. I wouldn't say precisely, but just to take care of myself, I can plan my future. And I think it was more just me walking blindfolded, knowing all of what I'm saying and doing all what I'm doing. But you're just in the emotion of it all because you just don't know what's going on. But you know this is what you need and that's what you need, and etc. So, and one thing I wanted to add with that as well is that when I was about 2021, and I was speaking to an elderly lady, old enough to be my grandmother. She said, well, you sound like an old woman because I'm always tired. I was a girl that didn't do running, didn't do jogging. I was tired all the time, always tired, always tired. I would do the quick, fast runs, but I'll run out of steam very, very quickly. So, people, we have an avenue. All I'm going to say is, because this was the doctor that actually called me. So he called me in to speak to me. I wasn't expecting to go into the A&E yesterday. So this is what was. And all I'm going to say is just alhamdulillah. La ilaha illallah. But I've got to get myself ready now. It's 8:08 in the morning and I have a 10 o'clock procedure. So I've got to get going. Peace and good day. I thank you for stopping by. I am D.Lorina.